what's going on. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. If you're in the chat, let me know. Um, if you're in the chat, what you got, buddy? What you got? Okay. Y'all not saying that this, I don't know if you hear me clearly or not. Yeah, let me know if you hear me clearly or not, though. You understand if I am for buffer or not. Maybe one more minute and we're going to get started. The topic tonight, something that I look forward to having a conversation about. I struggle with talking about it because I know majority of my thing is trucking and things like that. But I I just had to uh, talk about that. Here's so close to home, is right there in Houston. I'm not a biological mom, um, but it's just heart wrenching with these innocent babies, um, and they have nobody to protect them but us. Okay, now see, it's October 27th. Police were called some apartments where they found uh, four children alone, malnourished, in a house with no furniture and no food. And they began to search the place. They went into one of the bedrooms, into the bedroom closet, and found an 8-year-old remains, body that was decomposing. Okay. Um. Uh. So yeah. I will. And then the mother we're talking about tonight is Gloria Williams, and she is charged in connection with the death of her 8-year-old son. Okay. This is heart wrenching, y'all. It's so heart wrenching. Yeah, people that have a hard time having kids or can't have kids, and dealing with something like this is, you see some stuff that you can't do nothing but talk about it. You can't just not say nothing. I mean, so you can go on with our life every single day and just don't care about other things happening to you that don't happen to other people or whatever. But for me, when it comes to the small babies, we have to talk. We have to talk. We have to have a conversation. Um, I'm taking that. We have to have a conversation. We have to talk. Like, it's so real. You know, when you're blessed with children, children are a blessing. They're not a hindrance. They're not a weight around your ankles or your waist. Um, it's so much happening, and I hate to say it, but it's like it's starting to be a trend with some of these mothers going to depression and not killing themselves, but killing their baby. You understand what I'm saying? That's a problem for me. It's really, I really want to try to get caught up in dialogue. This with a lot of my moms and a lot of my female truckers or moms on here. So, you know, you know, then they have her boyfriend also under indictment. Also, his name is Brian Culture. He's charged with murder, death of an 8-year-old son. Um, so let me tell you this: when they did search the apartment, they were like 190 miles away, almost 3 hours away. Kids live in apartments over 3 hours away. Who does that as a parent? Okay, so you can be away with your boyfriend. Yeah, and you may say it's crazy. You can blame the man because he's the man in the situation, but I blame the mother who gave birth to all four of these babies. You feel what I'm saying? So they found her way, way, way off, and her boyfriend. Um, and then when she was in an interview talking to the police in jail after she was charged, she tells the reporter that she did not know that her son was dead. Come on, who put him in the closet? Somebody had to take the baby body and stuck him in the closet. How the hell you don't know that your baby was dead? Especially the boys. The boys jump up, they move around. You knew that's your boyfriend and murdered your baby. He sat there and beat that baby to death, right? Beat him to death. And you act like he wasn't nothing. You was too high. You had on coke together. Y'all did weed and strung together. I mean, what's going on here? What's her simple? Uh, you dip weed and shine together. Y'all get high together on coke. I mean, something has to be going on here. You understand? There has to be a chemical imbalance. Some of this. No part of the storyline makes sense. Do you understand? How does a mother leave her four children? How? How do you leave your four babies and be 180 some miles away in a small ass damn town like New Orleans, Texas, where nothing is happening? You're not there for no job. You're not there to see by the other family members. What's out there, Lulu? Ain't nothing in Lulu, Texas. Nothing. Okay. And she goes and tells the reporter that I read on my tablet, y'all. That she did not know her 8-year-old baby was dead. I mean, can you imagine that? I've been arrested before. I've been arrested. I've been booked. Okay, okay. They come and put the cuffs on you. They book you, right? They put your fingerprint and stuff on, you know, and they take a picture. They make you check your clothes, check your food time, depending on what jail you say you go to, right? What's the sense of what's up, Maddie? Uh, and and they put through processing and all that kind of stuff. Ask you crazy questions, right? They throw you in a tank with other females, and then it had to be some days that she was there after she was booked. The reporter got there to interview her, and you mean all that time still your mind still don't click and say, "I'm so sorry, I was high." My mind was so blown I was on the drugs. She has to be on drugs. Her and his boyfriend. Her and Mr. Brian Coulter. Okay, you have to be on drugs. You have to be. Okay. She said when she was asked why she let the kids alone, she said I checked on them every 2 weeks. I checked. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. She said I checked on them every 2 weeks. What? What? That's crazy. What kind of response is that? Now remember that she's going to be sitting in jail for days before this reporter gets here and talks to her. And she still has the mindset block that everything is fine. Are you catching the point of the interview? See, you have to just read, people just go and just read stuff. I kind of dissect things a little bit more deeply than people. Like she's sitting in jail for days, and she still gives the day, so I check her every 2 weeks. I mean, she still doesn't realize and see no wrong in this whole situation. Suddenly, she left her vulnerable children alone in an apartment with nothing going on there, no food. Outside, there was no electricity there, also, right? I guess one of the neighbors finally decided to do a welfare check on them, and that's how it ended up happening. But how does it go that long? You know what I'm saying? I mean, apartments, people are nosy. People go in and out. Kids play. Thank you. Kids play all the time, especially boys. Okay, now let's get on this. I understand the 15-year-old boy could have done something. I understand that. You have to understand that he also sat there and witnessed, from my understanding, the 8-year-old getting beat to death by the boyfriend, Mr. Brian Coulter. So how do you know that he wasn't placed in fear not to say nothing? Between this monster and the idiot mother, how can you place on the 15-year-old that it's his fault in doing too? That he should possibly, I read one blog that the idiot guy, white guy, said the 15-year-old needs to be charged too. The 15-year-old cannot be charged too. He's still a child. He is still a baby. You cannot charge a 15-year-old for this. These two, they sound like they were monsters. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, she has 6 kids altogether. So praise God, the older two with somebody else. Right? Okay, then this will kind of make me mad. Now, a ratchet ass family, I'm a god ass is ratchet, right? So they tried to goddamn do you ain't tried to do shit. The baby's been in the apartment that baby been decomposing in the apartment for a whole damn year. You ain't tried to do shit. You ain't tried to do a damn thing about these babies. That's what killed me when shit happened. All your family come out the woodwork, don't they? And pop up and say, "Well, I did this and I did that." They did shit. Ain't nobody girlfriend ain't did shit. They ain't did shit about these babies at all. We'll be having this conversation. That's crazy. How does that even happen? You know what I need to start doing? I know I'm gonna get some backlash from this, right? Need to do psychiatric evaluations on all mothers. Is that crazy? Just a small, simple, look, 15, 10 minute psych evaluation on all moms. So that's the way they hear it because it's not fair to bring these babies into the world and you not want to take care of them. You understand? I get it, things are frustrating. I get things that can be emotionally draining day to day to take care of your children, especially doing things by yourself. But lately, a lot of this ain't even for single moms. For the last year, a lot of this is being from women with boyfriends or husbands. And you still can't get it right the way you take care of your kids. And you have a quote unquote emotional support right there. Uh, hold on. See. That is the 8-year-old right there. Let's see. Okay. Okay. His name is Kendrick Lee. I was gonna say Kendrick, but I don't know. Kendrick Lee. He was only 8 years old. He would have been 9 this year. They didn't give too bigger details into exactly how his remains were in the closet. But I mean, how you beat a child to death? Okay, one of the statements from one of the children, uh, Hendrix was beaten to death for misbehaving about something. He was beaten to death in the room in front of two of the other kids and beating and beating and beating and beating and to where he was knocked out and did not wake back up. Okay, so obviously he had cracked skull, he had internal bleeding for a grown man like Mr. Bryan punching on him. But how do your mind not click in when you punch his baby almost to death? First of all, they just threw a blanket on top of him. The monster, Ryan, just threw a blanket on top of his baby after he beat him to death. You know, like pretend like it was nothing but like he was asleep. Knowing what you had done, knowing that you punched his baby almost to death, you knew what you had done. So you're gonna throw a blanket on like nothing's happened. You understand? It's the sickness of it. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? We got people throwing babies out fridges. We got people putting babies in microwaves. We got people cutting our babies' fingers. I mean, what in the hell is really going on with you, moms? If you need help, reach out. If you don't feel like you can handle the weight of being a day-to-day mom, if you have to even separate your children, do it because it's not right for them. You brought them into this world regardless of the situation you put in, you know. And once they get here, it's not fair to let anything go on and I think with the mom, I think she was just doing any and everything Gloria. I think she's doing any and everything she can just to please her man, who's on top of that, not even her husband. You know, get some of the women do any and everything to please their man. I mean, how does this even happen? How does it even go on? And how does the family did not know? Instead of we talking about charging the damn 15-year-old, let's talk about charging her mama and her aunt and her older cousin. How does a baby stay in a closet for a whole damn year? And y'all saying just get in front of these cameras and talking about you did the best you can to fucking support. You did the best you can to fucking support. You didn't do anything. You were day to day, not wondering where them kids was going on, knowing that she was in another city the whole time, knowing that she wasn't at home here in Houston like she's supposed to be. You knew this. You knew that 15-year-old know how to use a phone. You know what I'm saying? I know pretty sure you know how to call somebody and say, hey, we hungry. How they survive over there with no food? You got to go in and out of the apartment. Because you just went in and out and just ignored it like everybody else did. You understand? They're so full of shit, man. This guy so really has to be hyped because there's no real excuse for it. You know? Y'all explain this to me. Y'all explain this to me. I really want one of my ladies to come in that really are drivers and still being dope ass moms. I know one that's a dope ass mom and really take care of her business. Pinky 100. Shout out to Pinky. I know she is a hell of a mom. She has to keep her kids first and be out here handling her business. So I know for a fact just for being an example from her and example from my own mom and my own family members, that this makes no sense. This makes no sense. How did anyone get past the smell? And that's exactly what I'm saying. Apartment walls are thin, baby. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then, like I said, how did the other kids survive? The 15-year-old, nobody ever went in and out the apartment. You just understand what I'm saying? The older elders of the family went in and out that apartment, just didn't say anything. They may not have known about the baby decaying in the closet. They knew that, but they knew that damn apartment was in deplorable condition. You feel what I'm saying? So we need to be charging also Miss Gloria's family. We need to be digging a little bit too deep. I mean, I know these two monsters are to blame for this. I mean, how you just leave them? You could drop them off at your family's house. You could went anywhere. I know it sounds crazy, but it needs to start being a mental evaluation by all the women that go to the gynecologist are going to GYN, whatever, for their pregnancy, and making sure these women are stable. Because right now, it feels like I know when I read different blogs, things like that, talk about ladies giving birth and have kids, that sometimes even birth sets you up on an emotional class, and you don't feel the exact same way to us at first. You understand? It's the emotional balance because everything's no longer about you. Everything's about the baby. You have responsibility. You have needs every single day that they have to have. Answer but about it, and everything's always on the mother. Everything always is. How about Jane? So it needs to start being some stipulations in place for any moms that have maybe more than 4 kids. I feel like if you have more than 4 kids, that's a lot. That's a lot for any woman emotionally day to day to take care of your own stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if you got a little bit of money or you on food stamps. I think kids can send you through a hole if you don't have nothing really to anchor. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we have a lot of psychological dysfunction and we have a chemical imbalance going on with this woman. Okay, her and the boyfriend. Okay, JM, thankful the neighbors of the family members they are. Thank you. Thank you. The blog I seen was disgusting. I need to find it and share it on my community tab. Um, that that somebody saying that the 50 need to be charged now and held until he's 18 and then put in jail as an adult. You cannot charge that baby with that. He a kid. You can't. He might be able to go to the bathroom and fix his own food, but that's it. He can't go out there and get no real job. He can't drive a car. He get an apartment in his name. He cannot do none of those things yet. And I believe that this baby was threatened. I really, really do believe the 15-year-old was threatened to keep his mouth shut. I really, 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 really do um, believe that um, he was threatening to not open his mouth um, and not say anything to anybody. You know, um, who is this girl? Yeah, he's the older brother. He's the well, no, he's not the oldest out of all her Miss Gloria's children. Miss Gloria Williams have 6 kids altogether. The older two now are to some breaking news. A mother and her boyfriend are under arrest. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. No, she has 6 kids altogether, and the older two are with the aunt, I believe. For the case of 3 boys left up. So yeah, this is sad, y'all. This absolutely makes no sense for me. I mean, a lot of my moms, y'all can hit the link and come inside and break down what you feel may be going on. You can detail the stress you may feel. And I know a lot of moms feel they've gotten to their breaking point a lot of days of raising their children. I know my mom has expressed to me a lot of days she got to her breaking point for raising us. You know, so that explains. I'm not a biological mom like yet. You know what I'm saying? But this is just heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking to hear about this. It's just this kind of stuff is just senseless type stuff to me. Um, you know, um, you don't ever have to go through anything alone. Houston has too many programs uh, to help you. Take this down for the y'all. Houston has too many programs available to help moms. Okay, they have housing, they have Hannah, they have counseling that's free to them. They have all kind of stuff. Houston is not a bad place to raise kids and to raise a family. There's so many options out here. Even the work stuff help you get a job. And I think still they still you have to get your car fixed. I don't know if they still have that program available yet. But they have so many options available to you that you don't ever have to fend alone or think you have to just abandon your kids or just abandon your responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? You'll never have to do that. That's why I feel like this whole thing is totally senseless. Because I know being raised up around in Houston that there's so much out there that can help you. There's so many churches that are real and open to help with whatever it is you got going on. You feel me? But I think this is some drug usage, you know what I'm saying? A little bit mixed with just pleasing the man and family, just not the extended family, just not getting their business. And so much rolled up into one in this. And it's sad this 8-year-old baby does not uh, get a second chance. Okay. Now the boyfriend, Brian Coulter, was charged with the murder and remains in jail. Now he's jailed into a mental health facility on a $1 million bond. Okay. The mother, Gloria Williams, is charged injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence. Okay, and her bond was set at 900,000, so it's good for their asses. Okay, but since we had no money to pay for bills and groceries for our kids, most likely we don't have no money to get our asses sorted out. That's good. That means like they'll never walk their ass out around here, uh, around. Okay, the other ages of the boys are 15, 10, 7, and 8. Kendrick was 8 years old, found in an apartment in the closet. Okay, so the apartments, no furniture at all, no bedding, no blankets. There's nothing that says of decent living uh, place. Okay, but this is what I want to know, and I want y'all to let me know who you think it was to put the baby into the closet. Do you think it was the boyfriend, or do you think it was the mother? That's the coldness. But put your dead child, drag him from the living room, or pick him up from the living room where he was beaten to death by your boyfriend, and drag into one of the bedroom closets, shoved in and shut the door like nothing had ever happened. Yeah, I wanna know. I know you may think it's crazy, but I wanna know exactly who it was that put that baby in there and who exactly idea it was to pretend like nothing had ever happened. Okay. I think this is showing the details of the $900,000 bond that the mother is on. Okay. And also detailing that CPS also took in care of the other kids, the 10-year-old, the 15-year-old, and the 7-year-old, uh, out of the care of the family. And yeah, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And I hope somebody sees this. Okay. CPS, the officials, representatives, do not give these babies, even the oldest one, back to any member of this family. Do not, and I repeat, do not. There is no purpose in you giving these baby boys back to this ignorant ass family. Okay? See, this is the trait that runs through the family somewhere. That's obviously they did not care enough about these boys to check on these boys. And she's saying she can't make the check on them once every 2 weeks, but they were not the pet dogs. Okay? Obviously you knew something but the hell was going on. So there is zero purpose, CPS representatives, to give this ratchet ass family custody of these boys. Okay, no, it's see, Bako. Damn, Bako, this whole ordeal just makes me sick to my stomach. I take a bullet for my child running in front of a train. It's just unthinkable. Exactly, J.M. Banco. Exactly. This girl said she come back once every 2 weeks. Girl, when I had my dog, y'all remember I had my little puppy. My dog didn't go too long, that long without seeing me, and that was only once. That was only one time. My puppy dog. Y'all remember that little nickel that I had, and that was a dog, and I loved that dog. Yeah, I wouldn't dare imagine leaving my child for more than a day. Okay, I mean it's just crazy. I don't understand it. Don't understand it. It's too many ladies out here that get it done. You understand? That bust their ass, they work, they run their businesses, they go to school, and they still take care of their kids' needs every single day. Every single day. Um, I say probably the mom put him in the closet. That white too have no fuss, but he the one beating to death though. He's the one that beat the child to death. In front of, I think the 10-year old was the one that gave testimony to him beating him to death. Okay. Uh, you know. So, but I would like to know exactly who it was that put him in there. Who has picked up his baby dead, lifeless body and put him in the closet. This I really would like to know. But no, 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 no. I wanna make sure I stay tuned to this story because I want to know exactly what they've done uh about the welfare, of these children, okay? Because they obviously cannot go to the family. I hope that they do some due diligence, CPS representatives that are over this case, and they find a loving family that's willing to take one or two of them, even if you got to split them up right now. And I hate to say that, so heart-wrenching to say that, but there's no way in hell that I would give authorization if I was the judge that has the final say. CPS court has a judge on it itself, a separate judge that rules on things, that I would dare give custody to any member of the family. That would not happen. That would not happen. How do you not? How do you know that she had 6 kids for a year and don't see all 6 of his kids for a year? We're talking about her family now. We're talking about the aunties, the mother, the grandmother, the uncles, the cousins. If I know you have 4 children and you're my relative, and I go a whole year seeing you on and off, and I don't see one of your kids, I'm going to ask questions. Where's your other baby? Where's your other baby? If it's too many times and I know where you stay, I might ride by and check up on you or something. And I see 2 or 3 other kids, the other child's in my age. The whole thing is just fishy, y'all. The whole thing. The whole thing. Like I said, we definitely are on drugs. I think that's why Mr. Colton is Coulter is in a mental facility. We have a lot of drug abuse going on. Obviously, when you're on drugs, you do have a chemical imbalance going on. You don't think clearly. You don't see clearly. Um, you don't think about life at all. You don't care about living, probably most likely. Um, so therefore, you don't care about your own life. So then you don't dare care about anybody else's, especially as innocent as this little boy that you see on my screen. A cute little thing, ain't he? I'll take you think that, my friend. Cute bad, ain't he? Putting in the so wrong. Lord have mercy. That boy must be up right now celebrating his ninth birthday, running around with his playing his game, riding his bike. Come on now. This is crazy. This is really, 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 really crazy for me, y'all. It really, really is. And it hits right there in Houston where I know there's help available. I know it for a fact there is. You feel me? Totally nuts. Totally, totally, totally. Now let's hope and pray on this, y'all. Y'all may have to forgive me, But I think both of these schools ought to get the needle. I don't think that they should just get prison time. I think they should get the death injection, death row, and death by injection. Oh my God, yeah. Once I got to say, I really like the y'all there. Sit the line on that. I know a lot of moms. This touch home. It touch home for me, and I'm not even mom. I have siblings and I have cousins that have babies that are the exact same age, size, and height as this boy. And I went there and slide with one of them. I had to take out, I had to take a break off this truck if I need to, and go home for a little while and do what I need to do and set something straight for them, and then get back out of here. I went there let this slide for over a year, and I ever see in this child's face. Nobody made it there, made it any kind of attention to see this child out. No one did. No one of her family. We ain't gonna talk about the boyfriend, the asshole, the murderer, what the second murderer you want to call him. We gonna talk about his family. We're talking about hers. I know y'all got something to say. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. This is crazy. We people been talking about this all out. I struggle with making this video because like, should I just do it for views and things like that? But some things not about these things about awareness and expressing your heart feelings about things that are happening. So much is going on with a lot of these mothers either checking themselves out or murdering these babies. Okay, so I don't know if it means that we got to start praying a little bit more. We got to be more close knit as a family. Let me sure that yeah. With so much happening now, a lot of these mothers, you know, it'll make you turn and look at your own family and say, are y'all tight knit enough? Do y'all communicate enough with each other? Are you the best parents that you could be? Do you have enough support system around you for yourself and your kids if you are a single parent? There's things like this will make you put things into evaluation because anyways, like situations could be you. It's not a thing of judgmental. It's just something breaks to where you say F your responsibility and you let these innocent children struggle and fend to themselves and suffer in this world when they ask to be here. What's up like a man? Y'all talk to me. Y'all talk to me. Express to me what's going on here. It's crazy. Got one lady throwing her babies off bridges. Child, yeah, another lady that's literally running her stuff with the traffic. Just taking her stuff away from her own two kids. And yeah, this fool here just leaving her baby and shutting her dead child because like that. I mean, the family had to see severe psychological dysfunction. They had to see that the boyfriend was no good influence with her. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that she didn't have her older two kids. That's nothing why. That's why I think the hell with the family. Speaking in front of this camera, which I'm hoping Channel 2, Channel 26, Channel 11 stop interviewing this woman's family and letting them speak on this platform because they knew this was going on. They knew this was going on. They knew there was a problem going over there at that house. They ignored it. And I'm gonna let you know when a woman does not even have all her kids, because obviously there's a problem. Obviously, it's already either it's finances or emotional. You know, whatever it is. When she doesn't have all her children, there's a problem. She have all her kids in one house. It's already a problem. You know that she's not 100% responsible. Already having her two older children, right? So why do we, as the social media platforms that we are, keep interviewing her family? I hope that makes sense to y'all. It makes sense to me. Okay. As of right now, CPS has kids to further murders. They have not said anything about giving the kids the CPS, giving kids the CPS back to the family. I'm hoping like hell they don't just yet. I'm praying that hope that they don't. Um, and still as of yet to hear or understand what the hell they was doing in Lowleen, Texas. They never did go through full details as to why I haven't seen that posting or read the posting yet, or what in the hell was they were doing out there that was so important to be away from these babies for so long, once every 2 weeks, as you said. But and yeah, it's, that's all it's at. Some people don't need kids. So some people don't need children. You're blessed with them. You're blessed to have them, and then but you don't need them. A lot of you don't even want them. Yeah, but you don't want kids. That's the thing again. You don't want the children, but you mess around have 4, 5, 6, 7. That blows me. That blows me. There, you don't want the children. You don't be bothered to raise them. You don't do the best you can by them, but you have 4, 5, 6, 7 children. You understand? That blows me totally off. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Let's get the conversation popping. If you stay in tune to the story like I am, uh, drop anything to me in my inbox on Instagram or in the comment section because I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes glued to this whole story. I got a little bit teared out about it this morning. I was a little bit red and thinking about it. Um, let's hope and pray that they get the max stimulus that they can give on this. Okay, that this is just something crazy. Um, and you want to hear more stories about this happening before the new year's over with. You'll get another news story coming forth that no one hurt a child. Just simply they just don't want them. It doesn't have to be. But there are other options out there for you. And if you stay in these houses, apartments, or something like that, and you see something going on, report it. Report it. Don't just let it slide. Don't just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? And these kids are totally innocent. That's what we are, the damn adults. We have to be the ones to do the protecting, just like your parents protect you. You know. But I love y'all, and hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. This is your girl Shay.